everyone, Joshua Myers here, and I'm going to be ranking the John Wick Trilogy from worst to best, so let's get right to it. Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Abe.
Amanda.
I'm Jay. I'm Josh.
Now, by no means is it like all three of these films are awful movies or anything. There's just some that I had more problems with than others, so let's get to this ranking, shall we? Coming in at number 3 is John Wick Chapter 2. Now, honestly, for me, there's a lot of issues with this movie, as far as, like, just more so with the world building and that. They tried to overcomplicate the story, whereas the first film was a very simplified story, and the third film, well, we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, and not only that, there's a lot of times where it seems like the pacing seems to kind of get dragged down, and honestly, there's some action scenes in this movie that I honestly didn't really care that much for. But honestly, it is still a relatively comfortably made film. By no means is John Wick Chapter 2 a bad movie, but honestly, for me, it's my least favorite in this trilogy.
John Wick. You're not very good at retiring.
I'm working on it.
Coming in at number 2 is John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Yeah, the new one that just came out. Honestly, I think what this film did, I think it improved on a lot of issues I had with the second movie, while also, and knowing that it tries to be about as big as the second one, but I feel like there was a lot more effort to make it, I think they did a relatively good job of balancing out the grand scale of the second movie with the simplicity of the first movie. And the action scenes, I think, is a lot better in this. Actually, I do like a lot more of the characters in this. The story, I'm actually much more interested in. There's only some parts of this movie that seems to drag in pace. Not as bad as John Wick Chapter 2. In fact, it's only within several sequences. And again, this movie sets up a potential for John Wick 4. And honestly, I am fucking excited for that. Yeah, I hope to see that come out in the theater.
All of this because of a puppy?
It wasn't just a puppy.
Coming in at number 1, for me, the best movie in this series, and that is the first John Wick. And that's mainly because they keep it very simple, but they also keep it grounded in a lot of realism. In fact, Keanu Reeves in this movie did about 99% of his own stunts. Most of it was all him. And this film made me think, made me start to love him as an actor. In fact, he's probably become one of my favorite actors, in recent years. And he's a badass in all three of these movies, but I think he was the most badass in this one. Knowing that you got actors like Willem Dafoe. But honestly, this was my first Willem Dafoe movie I've seen after seeing the Spider-Man movies, and I think he does an amazing job in this as well. And just the pacing is so good, seriously, it did not drag or anything. The action's really good. The story is simple but really good and effective. And honestly, probably one of my favorite action movies of all time.
How good's your laundry?
No one's that good.
I thought not.
So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.